Good morning, everybody. Salutations. Thank you for joining us. Today we are going to be doing an appraisal contingency form. This is an addendum to a contract for a property, okay? A contract for sale and purchase of a property, right? And you're going to be including the appraisal contingency form, okay? Now, most of the time this will be used if you're a buyer purchasing a property in cash, or if you're a real estate agent helping a buyer purchase a property in cash. Okay, now let's say, and we're using the example of the contract that we used earlier. We filled out in a previous video as is contract for sale and purchase here with seller John Smith and buyer Mary and Jake Doe, a married couple. Okay, those are the example that we're using, and they're purchasing 123 Main Street, number 2105, Miami, Florida 33162. Okay, now we are going to include this appraisal contingency. Why? Because we offered $500,000 on the house, on the condo. Okay, we offered $500,000. We want to make sure that the property appraises to at least $500,000. Okay, so we made the offer. It was for $500K, and we also included this appraisal contingency. Now, this contingency form is going to say, okay, I'm the buyer, you're the seller, I'm offering you $500K for your house, but hey, seller, if the appraisal doesn't come back at least $500K, then guess what? I'm canceling the contract, taking back my deposit, and we're each going to go our separate ways. Okay? So that's what this form is. All right, now, super simple. This will only take just a minute. And here we have the first line here. It says, this contract is contingent upon buyer obtaining at buyer's expense a written appraisal from a licensed Florida appraiser on or before, right? So we'll leave it blank, right? Because it says if left blank, then at least 10 days prior to closing. Okay, that gives you plenty of time to get this thing appraised. Okay? And then continue reading. We're going to read, stating that the appraised value of the property is at least, and since we offered $500,000, we're going to want it to come back with at least $500,000. Right? Is at least $500,000, right? It's that simple, guys. We offered $500K. We want to get it appraised before we actually close on the property. We want to make sure that that appraisal comes back at least $500K. If it doesn't, if it comes back at $490K, well, then we want to say, hey, seller, we don't want to purchase this property anymore. We had an appraisal contingency. The contingency wasn't met. I'm taking back my deposit and I'm going my separate ways. Or they can always say, hey, seller, I'm either going to take my deposit back, go my separate way, or maybe if you'd like, we can still move forward, but at the appraised price. So if it appraised at $490, the buyer would ask the seller, hey, seller, either I'm going to cancel the contract, or if you came down to $490, we can still move forward. Okay, so that's the appraisal contingency. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you follow us. I hope you subscribe to our channel. And, you know, there's a lot of useful information for real estate professionals and anyone who's involved in real estate at all. Okay, thank you for joining us.